Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday market webcast. Okay, daily chart real fast. And, we rode down the 20-day simple moving average as resistance. The bulls popped it over the top for a couple of days. They tried to turn the 50 into support, which was really critical for yesterday, and they weren't able to do it. So they started knocking it down with that CPI number 8:30 in the morning. The key thing for me that we were talking about in the room yesterday, on a day that had a lot more vol and a lot more handles than I really thought it was going to have, which is really a nice problem to have. It puts us into Friday where, by this afternoon, I really don't think we'll be trading unless it's, really handing out some really good low-hanging fruit to take advantage of. That it needed to close. If the bears were going to stay in control and really set themselves up for today, that they needed to close below the 9-day, which is the blue line. Well, they did that. And they made a lower low last night versus the prior day low. They traded as low as 54.5. They've bounced it now all the way back up to the rounding. We're printing basically, we printed 4,500 a few minutes ago. It's like 44.96. So you've just got this battle. You got four big moving averages in here: the 50, the 100, the 9, and the 20. You take that, you throw in the weekly pivot and the monthly pivot for good measure, and you've got the daily pivot here just sitting underneath the 9. And you just have this really wide area to compete over. And as long as it keeps trading in this really wide area, it's going to provide some great big trades. You can see earlier in the week we consolidated. And the bears really, I don't say this very often, but the bears really blew it. They really blew it. They needed to hold this one right here, which was the low that they made off of. This was your CPI reaction. Came back up through the 9-day. But you can see here, they didn't make the higher high. And the bears, honestly, got it together and kept it below the 100. And they controlled the close. They controlled the entire move down, which was, pretty impressive considering the source. So heading into today, I'm curious to see where we close relative to the 20-day, the middle band. The bears want to close below, ideally close below the low from Friday, 44.38.5. The bulls, they want to hold. They want to hold as many of these lines as support as they possibly can, and turn it into a situation where that weekly pivot potentially shifts down, and then they just can kind of hold serve and build it back. But you've got a whole lot of things up in the air right now, and it's a lot of two-sided trading. Great trading environment, tough environment to really to buy any kind of a stock and dig in, and you just feel like nobody's digging in right now, and rightfully so. You got volume weighted average price coming in 78 and change. Our proprietary moving average is 44.80. That all lines up with a 20-day at 79.5. So, like I said, that's the most important number on the board for me. Where do we close relative to that heading into the weekend and heading into next week? All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic weekend. Be safe. Be healthy. Take care. Trade them well. Talk to you Monday.